and Nate Marquardt.
Gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's fight!
Middleweight matchup here tonight in South Florida.
This is a very big step up for Crafton Wallace. He lost to Martin Kampman, who's a very tough guy, but Nate Marquardt is as well-rounded as they come. He's got excellent striking, excellent ground skills, comes from a great camp. He's with Greg Jackson's camp out of Albuquerque right now.
Tonight's Squad Show sponsored by Hennessy. Hennessy, VS, pure character. Wallace looked pretty good early in the loss to Kampman. In the first minute or so, he did show some striking ability, and then, boom, the submission rear naked choke loss as he debuted at the Red Rock, the beautiful Red Rock in Las Vegas.
Nice leg kick so far by Nate, and a good answer by Crafton.
The Blaze fighting out of South Florida on the other coast. Taking this fight on short notice. And Marquardt truly is a man who came with all kinds of hype. 7 times King of Pancrase, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, 2nd degree black belt in Pancrase mixed martial arts and Jiu-Jitsu. Decorated all over the world and still kind of waiting. I mean, that fight with Ivan Salaverry disappointing, even though he got the decision. He beat Joe Dirksen, looked a little bit better, but when are we going to see a guy that we think we have in Nate Marquardt, and that is a guy to explode and really overwhelm an opponent? Is tonight going to be the night?
We just need to see some more fights. I mean, that's all it is. The guy has the skill. Oh, he just ate a left hook.
When he came forward, he led with the head and dropped that right hand.
Crafton Wallace is a very good striker. Nate decides to the ground. He's got a hold of a single, gets a double. He's going to scoop him up and pull him away from the fence and slam him down. Bang, there it is. Side control immediately.
Nate is pretty darn versatile, isn't he?
And he's very good on the ground. And Crafton Wallace, in his fight with Martin Kampman, looked to be very new on the ground.
Wallace admitted coming in, he realizes he is the huge underdog, which is why he feels the more he can stay on the feet, the more he can swing for the fences and maybe catch Nate Marquardt.
What he needs to do here is figure out a way to get an elbow and a knee underneath him and explode, push off, and try to get Nate off him. He's not going to submit Nate, and he's not going to outwork him on the ground. He's got to explode and jump and move around and get Nate off him and get back to his feet.
Nate wants this fight on the ground, and right now he's shoving his forearm into the neck of Crafton Wallace. Now he moves it away again. And if nothing else, Joe, it just bothers you a little bit and it disrupts your breathing pattern.
Yes, and you can see where Crafton's using his legs. He's not doing anything. So he's just got his legs kind of dangling. He's not using them to his advantage. We saw in that last fight where the guy was trying to get his legs underneath him, and Dustin Hazlett was like using his legs to sneak around. Now Crafton's got half guard.
But it's almost as if Marquardt almost jumped into it.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that Crafton really did to earn it.
Marquardt smothering Crafton Wallace here in round 1. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, middleweight division. Marquardt on top in the camouflage shorts.
So far, Marquardt hasn't done too much to take advantage of the fact that he's on top.
Trying to distance himself here. Strikes it, and he does.
That guard is wide open. There he goes. He passes. He's got his left leg on it.
Wallace
Crafton did a good job, but I mean, it's almost like Marquardt is not taking him that seriously on the ground, so he's not trying that hard. Because he should be out of that.
He's out now.
He's out. Crafton's not offering any real problems. All right, that's an arm triangle waiting to happen right there. Oh, he scrambles to his feet. Crafton's got to stand up. He's got a guillotine. That's deep.
Oh, he got out of it. Wallace got out of it. Now he is in the closed guard of Nate Marquardt. Marquardt opens the guard.
Now let's see what kind of guard Marquardt has.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Here's a guy who carries around a huge deal of respect from other combatants within the fighting community. Everyone knows about the skills that Nate Marquardt possesses.
And he's using butterflies here. He's got double underhooks and butterfly guard. And what he's going to try to do is he's kind of going to try to move his weight and shift his balance and sweep Crafton Wallace one way or another. And as Crafton counters, he'll probably try to sweep him the other way. He got the ankles. Bang. Very nice.
And kicking his way away was Wallace, at least momentarily.
Crafton so far doing a good job of protecting himself, avoiding any submissions on the ground. He hasn't offered too much offensively, but he also hasn't been in too much danger.
Round 1 is in the books.
Stop. Good.
You're going to take him down, you're going to pass, and you're going to take care of business.
You know, we heard a little bit out of the corner of Crafton Wallace, and it's almost like Wallace's corner was starting to tell the Blaze that, you know what, dude, you're right in this fight. There's some things you can do to expose Nate Marquardt.
And I agree with that. Right there, though, Nate took a leg and caught a kick and took him down. Now he's in Crafton Wallace's guard, but so far Crafton has done a good job of defending himself in this position. He hasn't been in deep trouble. I mean, he's such a newcomer on the ground. I would expect Nate Marquardt to just sit up, pass his guard like butter, get the side control, and start smashing him. Right there, he's got side control. Bang, instantly. That's what I'm looking for. Now he's got to keep that right leg down. There he goes. He's pinned it with his arm to keep him from retaining half guard.
There are certain fighters in the UFC today, Joe, I believe that when they get this type of position, you know it's the beginning of the end.
This is the beginning of the end right here, for sure. Especially since he's shown in his fight with Martin Kampmann he's not so hot in this position.
Gotcha.
And Nate Marquardt is excellent in this position. He's got his back, one of the most dominant positions in all of MMA. He's got double hooks in, he's got the rear naked, and this is it. This is the beginning of the end.
And it is all over. Nice call, Joe. Crafton Wallace is defeated by Nate Marquardt.
Here's the pass. Notice how he turns him with his right arm underneath his left leg. His right leg, rather. What it does is it forces him to turn over his back, especially to a guy who's an unexperienced ground fighter like Crafton. He gets those hooks in, drops some punches and elbows to loosen him up, and then rolls him over. And as he rolls him over, he sinks in that choke. Pulls him on top of him, closes it off, and Crafton is forced to tap.